Happy Monday, Tigers. Today is Monday, May the 4th. Like I said, Friday. We are finally in the month of May. Yay! That's exciting. Not much longer. And today is Motivational Monday. So on Mondays, I come to you with a quote and I discuss it, what it means to me and what it could mean to you and how we can apply it to our life. So the quote I have today is a neat one, and it's one that really kind of made Miss Gillum think. Also, and I've got some props here with me, and I've got my phone with me too to help me with explaining the quote. So here is the quote for today. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. So let's talk about this, okay? So we all know about a river. And when you think about a river, you can think, to me, a river, it's going to go two ways. You're either going to have a really nice, calm, peaceful river, or you're going to have a raging, angry river. And then we know what a rock is. Power. When I think of power, I think of superheroes. And when I think of a powerful superhero, the Incredible Hulk is what comes to Miss Gillum's mind. Just because he's so big and he can lift things and he can smash through things, I just think of the Incredible Hulk. He just is powerful to me. And then we have this word persistence. Persistence is when you don't give up. You keep trying. You keep going. Persistent. You guys are very persistent when you want something and you really, really want it. Think about when you really, really want someone to stay the night. Mom, 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 mom. Persistence. Okay, you are not going to let mom forget you are wanting something. And that can go with all kinds of things. You're not just someone staying the night. You want to have a piece of candy, or you want dessert. Maybe you are trying to stay up an extra hour at bedtime, or you're wanting to go somewhere, or you just are trying to remind her about something because moms forget things because we've got so much on our mind. That is persistence, okay? You kids are very persistent with things. So, persistent. You are not going to give up easily when you want something, okay? So, the quote again, a river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. So, let's go back to that river again. If a river is going to be persistent and powerful, is it going to be that nice, calm, lazy river that is barely flowing, barely moving, it's quiet, peaceful? Or is it going to be that raging, angry, wavy river? In my mind, it's the angry river. And I have a video of what I would think would be a very persistent, and I know there's a glare, but you can see and get an idea. That's a persistent river right there. See if I can, there we go. That's a persistent river. When I think of a persistent, powerful river, that's what I see in my mind. Okay. So, which river are you? Okay. So when we apply this quote to ourselves, which river are you? Are you the lazy river, calm and peaceful? Or are you that river? Because I gotta say, if you are the calm, peaceful river, you're not gonna be very powerful. We're not gonna be very persistent. And are we cutting our rocks if we are the peaceful river? Look at this rock. Got some writing on it. Look how shiny and smooth this is. No, it's just soft in my hands. It was a very persistent, flowing body of water that carved this rock. Very persistent. I mean, there are no sharp edges to it at all. It's very smooth. It's a very persistent body of water. Very powerful that was able to carve this rock. And then I've got this rock. And you can see quite clearly they're very different. You can see the sharp, jagged edges to this rock. And while it was still a very powerful body of water that carved this rock, was it as persistent? Do you think? Was it as powerful? Maybe it was as powerful, but was it as persistent as the water that kept this one and left no jagged edges? Or maybe it was as persistent, or maybe it was as powerful, but not as persistent. It gave up. So what are you? Are you powerful all the time, just not as persistent? Do you give up easily? Or maybe you're extremely persistent, you just lose your power. You lose your oomph along the way. You lose your backing, the energy in your persistence. You start giving up. You lose that drive, that motivation. You got to have both, boys and girls. If you're going to get to this nice, smooth, polished, shiny look, you've got to have the power and the persistence. You got to have it both. A river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. It keeps going even when it gets tough. It keeps going even when it starts losing its motivation, even when it starts losing its drive. It keeps going when it gets hard and when it gets tough and when it gets tired. It keeps going. So where are you at? Where's your river at? How is its flow? It's something to think about. I enjoy doing my Motivational Mondays with you. I enjoy getting to see you guys or talk with you guys. Don't really get to see you guys, but I do get to talk with you guys. I enjoy this time with you. And I hope that those of you that are watching enjoy watching and the quotes. And I do hope that you are thinking about them. I have some more quotes for the next 3 weeks planned out for us. The last thought that I want to leave you with, let me turn the light real quick. The last thought I want to leave you with, I've shown you the rocks. And the quote, a river cuts through a rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. We have a wonderful example of that quote in the United States. The Grand Canyon is thought to be carved from the Colorado River. I do have a picture of that also pulled up to show you. And you can Google just the Grand Canyon and go to images, and tons show up. But I turned that light on, so it might not. There we go. No, hang on. No. Oh. Well, you kind of see it. Okay. There we go. Kinda. You can kind of see down there is the river. And all that brown is the rock formation. But it's beautiful. And I encourage you to Google the Grand Canyon because it is extremely deep and extremely wide and extremely long. And, it's believed that a river did that. Do you think a peaceful river would have been able to do that? That was just lazily flowing on its own, doing its own thing? Or do you think a strong, powerful, raging river who, was acting like the Hulk did that, formed the Grand Canyon? And then, like I said, think about what kind of river you are. Are you the peaceful river, or are you the raging river when it comes to your persistence? And then again, what kind of rock? What kind of rocks do you want to form? The smooth, shiny that shows you were persistent. You never gave up, even when you might have lost your power, when you lost your energy, when you were tired. You kept going, you kept trying, even though you wanted to give up? Or are you going to have the jagged edges that shows you got tired? You struggled along the way. And guys, that's okay. We are going to have the jagged edges sometimes. We are. We're going to struggle. And we're going to want to give up. And we're going to be tired. And there are things that we do in life that are going to show our jagged edges. Miss Gillum's got lots of jagged edges. And that's okay. But we really need to strive for the smooth. We need to strive to always have the smooth. We're going to have the jaggeds, but we need to have more of the smooths. Okay? I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday night and a wonderful Tuesday. And I will see you again for Working Wednesday. Bye, guys.